Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. This is Drive with Matt. This time around I'm sitting down, man. I'm sitting down and it feels good. So I I ran out of petrol. That's why I'm sitting down now. I'm kidding. So back in 2017, this is where it began. 2017, I was coming from a date late at night, and I got into, it was in Uber back then. Now, like we were still very skeptical of this Uber Taxify thing. So it was a matter of getting a number of a driver, and then you call him and then you ask him, okay, if you take me to this place and then fetch me after around this time, what time are you gonna charge me? You understand? So there's something like that. But then I don't know what it's called. Is it Maxi or is it what? Yeah, let's say it's a cab for the sake of this monologue. So yeah, I got into this cab, and then when we were driving back, so as a talkative person, I was talking to the guy, and basically he was from where DRC, and he was just telling me about his experiences and then how he views things in South Africa. So he said that in the wherever he was coming from, I think it's DRC if I remember well. So they chased white people out, you understand, and then they gained independence. But things got very, very worse because there were people who were fighting for power. Imagine fighting for power, yo. And it's a problem because the guy said that basically we are ungovernable as Africans. And I'm not saying the ungovernable as in like we don't, we disregard the rules, we don't follow the law, we are corrupt. I'm talking about the type of governable where we're like, we can't follow. It's not the same thing. I'm talking about there's a leader. I don't know. I'm a person who usually use examples. There's a leader, and they're supposed to be followers. You understand? But yeah, all these followers believe that they can be this guy. You understand? Which is not wrong, but it's wrong when now you split. This is one entity, né? But then now, if this guy falls away and believes that he can start his own thing and have followers, this one also believes that he can. You see, that's the situation we're in currently in South Africa. Everybody thinks they can lead. Everybody who has a party now, tell me where they're coming from. Either they're coming from the ANC or they're coming from the DA. You understand? So that's what the guy was saying. That's what the guy was saying. And I kind of felt him. And he said that if the ANC were to lose power in South Africa, and after fighting for so long, you remember the ANC just turned 112 just a few days ago. If they were to lose power, imagine what would happen. So he insinuated that there was going to be a civil war. People were going to go back to the jungles, because the MK, that was how like they operated, according to him back then. So yeah, it got me thinking, man, like, is that really gonna happen in 2024? Really? I don't know, because the NC itself is broken within. Even the MK, which is known for fighting, it's also broke apart from the ANC, and then now it's its own political party. But yeah, so going back to the people who branched off and started off their parties, they believe that they are leaders, but they didn't realize that they were diluting the world. Now this is me talking. I feel like they were diluting the world. Like it's maybe we see things differently, man. We see things differently. Back in 2019, you remember 2019 was when Ramaphosa began to be president, if I'm not mistaken, because there was this whole thing of removing Zuma 2017, right? And then he was holding on, and then 2019 he took over. After that, first year Corona, and it's been like downhill from there. So in 2019 national elections, there were 48 registered parties running or contesting. 48. This is according to social surveys. 48. Just imagine 48. How many do you know from that 48? Let's go through the list. Probably know the ANC, you probably know the DA, you know the EFF, you know who else? IFP. It's I doubt you can mention 20. You understand? That was 2019. And from 2019 to 2023, how many new parties were formed? Or how many new parties now became a little bit bigger? Now they can start contesting. Understand? So that is why I come in now and say, guys, look, let's look at their manifesto. What do they really stand for? So, in your own words, in your own interpretation, can we go through with this list with me, and then you tell me what you think? So, I'm gonna be using the 2019 national elections manifestos. For this reason, it's national elections. It's not really like local government. I know back in 2021 there were local government elections. I'm not gonna really go through that because those ones are probably detailed, and they're looking more into like how they can manage the local government. You understand? I'm talking about like bigger scale, like from there in Musina all the way to Key Point. People who are gonna be managing that. You understand? So where do they stand? So from those 48, apparently 28 of them only had like official websites. Okay. I'm shaking the world, man. I'm shaking the world. So 28 of those had like official websites, and about 18 had like manifestos. So I'm like, if 18 had manifestos available, what about the 30? Are the 30 really, really serious? Like they couldn't even have like write something. Okay, we're gonna do something about XYZ. Oh, sorry, this is pointing down. We're gonna do something about XYZ. I don't know, man. I don't know. But then yeah, let's go through the list. So I get my information, all the information that I'm gonna be talking about, except when I'm adding in my thoughts, and my thoughts do not really count, guys. I'm not saying anything. I'm just gonna be going through the list and through what's written. So I took a lot of information and then I pressed it down. You understand? It's not my job to campaign for these people, but then I'm just bringing in free education so that and we make an informed decision. First stop, ACDP, African Christian Democratic Party. The leader of the ACDP is Dr. Kenneth Mish. Like the reason I'm looking up is I'm trying not to butcher his surname. Because I've been practicing, guys, the whole week. I practiced the whole week. Still, I can't get it right. Is it Mishwe or Meshwe? Mishwe. I don't know. But then, please, I don't even know. Maybe I don't know. But then, yeah, it's him. And so this is a Christ. Okay, I almost made a mistake. It's not a party for Christians, based on how I see it. They're not saying that they're gonna be making everybody Christians. The party is formed or founded based on Christianity, or it's got its foundations on the Bible. I guess, I hope I'm getting it right. So it's it says it is just built on a strong biblical foundation. So yeah, I don't think it's a party for Christians only. Like you don't have to be a Christian to vote for the ACDP. Or it's not like the ACDP when they're in power now, no more Sangoma, no more this. But also when I was going through this, there are a couple of things where I'm like, this is not covered, but okay, we'll see. So let's just go through it. So as a Christian organization or as a Christian party or a party or a political party based on Christian values or biblical values. They had seven giants. They had seven giants. So I don't know why it's called seven giants, but then it's Christians. It's fine like that. So they call it the seven giants, ne? That they were gonna tackle. So giant number one, it is high in unemployment and too few job opportunities. Giant number two, poor economic growth. Number three, substandard education and and skills development. So it's substandard education and skills development. Inadequate health service. That is giant number four. Giant number five, escalating crime. Giant number six, corruption in the public and private sector. Ooh. Giant number seven, the threat to property rights and rural development. Those are the seven giant steps that the ACDP promised to tackle should they win. And unfortunately, they didn't win. Maybe people didn't go through these giants, Hey, no, so it's crazy, man. So they're the Goliath, they're the David of this story, and they basically succumbed to the giants. Anyway, I knew that wasn't gonna be funny, but anyway, yeah. So giant number one, high unemployment and too few job opportunities. Many of them, guys, I keep shaking the world. Ooh, yeah. Sorry about that. So yeah, there's basically saying that they'll create an environment that enables good education, training, promotes investment and in innovation and entrepreneurship. So they would provide tertiary funding for needed skills, only for needed skills, not this thing of going to study plants. Like you don't even respect your craft enough. You don't even know, like, okay, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Turn it down. I'm just kidding. Every qualification is necessary, but then there are those that are more necessary. Yeah, maybe let me put it like that. So all qualifications matter, but then it's there. That's why even the pay rate is not the same. But then yeah, we're not ready for that discussion. And also, uh, businesses would be encouraged to provide paid internships. So yeah, they're talking about basically they're looking out for the youth because there's too much unemployment rate at the moment, or there's a high unemployment rate at the moment. So they would provide like like incentives to promote like people to be skilled. You understand? So I'm doing it again. I'm shaking the world. Oh shucks. Yeah, I'll try not to touch this. So they'll make sure that businesses they provide opportunities for the youth, not just this thing of AWP, EPWP, not like proper business, so that people are skilled and they know exactly what they're doing. You understand? So if now you're doing something, you must be skilled accordingly. It's not like you just studying for studying. So I'm sure like NSFAS would be like more skills based type of funding. I don't know, but then yeah, I guess we never got a chance to find out. Then let's go to giant number two. Also there on that unemployment. I don't know. They never really talked about like state-owned like entities, like how would they integrate people who, more especially people who are qualified to do certain things, like exactly into the what, into the government sector. But yeah, you never know. So let's go. Giant number two, poor economic growth. That was their second giant. So they were gonna remove unnecessary red tape when starting a business. Like there are too many red tapes according to people that when you're starting a business, it's not as simple as like just you I don't know, open a tech shop, you go and buy something from the suppliers, and then you come back and sell. There are too many red tapes apparently. So they were gonna make it easy to enter the job market as well for people, and as well as for businesses to start operating in that sense. And they were gonna assist the agricultural sector so that there's more profit, and there's more training, and there are more resources. I guess this is one of the things that perhaps the because I what Department of Rural, oh yeah, Rural Development and Land Reform, or yeah. So yeah, that department, I think they have been like trying their best or something like that. Because I remember back at home, there was a farm in this other village, and there were people who used to go and farm, and apparently they were funded by the government. I'm not sure. I'm not really sure. So perhaps if this one said an opportunity to be, I don't know, to be in government, they were gonna bring something that we've never seen before. And then giant number three, substandard education and skills development. Yeah. So yeah, it's like career focused education, and teachers would be paid more. So for teachers, more ching ching, baba, and you'd basically be paid like what competitive salary, and you wouldn't be teaching a lot of children. You know, like we have a lot of problems in our no what education system. And for me, I know that we might say no, we like resources. I think the biggest problem, most especially for basic education, is because we still have the same minister for how many years, guys? How many years? What is she bringing? Like, it's there's no change. Even if there is change, but we don't see the change. Understand? We don't see the change, and yeah. Remember, I'm speaking my thoughts. Speaking my thoughts. The world is shaking. So yeah, I'm saying if we were to remove, or if we were to have like a different basic education minister, perhaps things would change. Like more, there would be innovation. There would be more things done. Like how many years have we had like same minister? Also in higher education, man, and development skills. Like how many? How many? Like yo, with so many years, same people. I don't know. And yeah, so that's what they would bring. And also in terms of resources, I know that there are probably fewer skills, not skills, schools that can accommodate people. So there aren't enough like schools that can like accommodate children. And at the moment, I remember I was in class. One teacher would teach like 61 of us. Things got better when I was in matric. So in matric, like we were like 28, but still the recommendation is like around 25. I think 1 is to 25. So it's a good ratio. But then anything more than 30, I believe like now it's like crowd, like you are addressing a political party. Yeah, but yeah, so that's what they would cover. And then they would also add more higher institutions. So I think at the moment, the last time I checked, I was did we have like 26 higher what learning institutions? I'm not sure. I stand to be corrected, but probably 26 or so. And those like private and no public. I think yeah, public 26 probably. I didn't really count like private what tertiary education. Yeah, and also yeah, ne, under this substandard education and skills development, there's one thing that I don't see when I didn't see when I went through their manifesto. That look, it's okay that you're talking about education, you're talking about skills, but there are certain skills which are very, very elite that are not covered and are almost or always forgotten or like swept under the carpet. Like if for now, for example, if you wanted or you have a baby brother, ne? Oh, the world is shaking, keep shaking. If you have a sibling, your sibling is in matric, and he says that he wants to be a pilot. Where do you start? He says that he wants to be yeah. Let me say pilot because I know like astronomy, it's there, but then how do you eventually get to space if maybe that's been your dream? Because I remember also now I'm just admitting that I'm a failure. But I wanted to be an astronaut at some point, and yeah, there I was sticking to my guns until I reached grade 11, and I was like, no, it's no longer possible. But yeah, so if you have a sibling and your sibling says, no, I want to be a pilot, I want to fly, like where do you start? We've seen the story of what's his name again? There must be Tella. I haven't watched Skim Sam. No. Oh, Mabitela, man. On Skim Sam, you have seen his story and how his fees were covered. It was quite a challenge, like for him to reach his dream. And so, what more about your baby brother or your baby sister who wants to, you know? And also, so it's those type of things. Like I feel like they should be addressed properly, even though not everything will be addressed. But then those could really cause like a hefty fee. Imagine to just qualify to be, and you have that RPL or you have the whatever it's called, that license, that flying license. It's a lot. But yeah, anyway, let's move on. Inadequate health service. Uh, yeah, you can't talk about this without talking about the proper sanitation and clean water. So, clean water for all. If you check, by the way, this is based 2019. Just a reminder, it's 2019. Now I'm just gonna use it for maybe it will. I don't know. They probably have a manifesto already for 2024. But if I get hold of it, I'm gonna. But now I'm talking about something that's happening at the moment. Recently, last year, towards the end of the year, there were like so many water issues back in Gauteng, and people would basically go for a month or 2 months without water, fetching water, and like these streams that flow with sewage, and it's crazy, man. And there was diarrhea case in not diarrhea, cholera case back in Amanskral, and all of that. It just shows you that the quality of water, it's in certain places not really like on par with the rest, man. And also like there are places that probably have never seen like water flow in their taps, or they don't usually see water flowing in their taps. Like I'm from a town in Limpopo. It's called Guyani. We are very well known that we hardly have water. There was a project. A project. I think I finished school. Even now, that project has not been completed. Apparently, just to get water from Nandoni all the way to Nsami or something like that. I don't know, but it's crazy, man. So like clean water, like people buy water. Do they have to buy water? I don't know. Maybe for you can buy water as a preference that you prefer to buy water, not like you have to buy water like bottled water. So we need that sanitation. We know it's a problem, man. Even in the Western Cape, it's a problem that people using, like those toilets, the toilets, man. The blue toilets, yeah. So I don't believe that anybody deserves such. Like there should be like proper sanitation everywhere, whether it's a province, it's small rural, it's not developed much. There should be proper sanitation. At least that is the basic thing that we deserve as people. And yeah, they would invest more in medical research. Sorry for adding a bit more of my opinion, but I'm just trying to make you get the feel of this because I don't want to go through the points. So I summarized it. I hope it's okay. But we move, man. Invest more in medical research, reduce queuing and waiting times. Yeah, now would be like in McDonald's. So you just come in at the facility, health facility, and then you come in and go. Uh, but the biggest problem is following up on patients here in South Africa. So I don't feel like there's enough following up on patients. So if you're in the what health sector, you can correct us. Put it in the comment section. I don't believe that if a person maybe comes with mental health issues, and then, for example, if I go to the doctor now, or if I go to the clinic and they see that my high blood is like up there, and then they tell me maybe to come back tomorrow or come back after a few days. I don't know how it works. I've never been to a hospital, and I don't show up, nobody's gonna call me, follow up. I don't think so. But then if they do, yeah, maybe then it's something that's commendable. And now the ACDP is saying that they will also implement something like that. That okay, look, there's more follow up, especially on people with mental health, people with more critical illnesses, and just check up on them, make sure that they have all the medicine that they require. I think, yeah. And then, okay, sharp. Giant number one, two, three, four, five. Oh, I'm losing my count. Sorry. Escalating crime. Escalating crime. So, yeah, crime is a big thing, man. I don't like. I don't even think I should go like through a lot of these things that they covered. But then basically, it's more like they will introduce or reintroduce specialized units that deal with crime, like your like these your hawks and I don't know if they will bring Scorpion back, but make sure that these departments are not politically what uh, connected. You understand? So that there's no political interference in these departments. And that's what I believe should be done. So if now you are investigating a crime and then you know that you are a comrade, I don't think you will, or you believe that you stand with it. You are already compromised, conflict of interest. So you can't make sound judgment based on that. So you should be, oh my God, I'm about to be disturbed. And yeah, they would introduce heavier sentencing for serious crimes, and which makes sense. And they would look into this parole thing. So if you made rape, murder, and the likes, so you wouldn't get like parole. You'd basically serve. And also, they are not talking about. I went through that section of the manifesto. They didn't talk about maybe building more facilities to keep people, because now our prisons and jails are very 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 overwhelmed or overcrowded. So it's stuff like that. It should be covered. It should be covered well, and it's really not covered. Yeah, let me just quickly go through the last two of the giants. We're getting to Goliath now. So it's corruption within both public and private sector. Yeah, corruption. Oh, corruption, man. Like state capture. We saw like this, like how corruption actually works. So they would strengthen the investigative and prosecutive units and shield them from political interference. Remove corruption, more especially in state-owned companies or state-owned entities. Yeah, we know about these ghost employees. We know about these ghost students in training. We know about all these things that are happening there, and the monies that are spent in tenders that do not really exist, or companies do not really deliver. Even in 2020, we saw these PPE scandals left and right. It's crazy, man. And they would protect whistleblowers. Like whistleblowing is a thing in South Africa that people get killed. A lot of people are suffering just for whistleblowing, just for saying that BS is happening and this is why how it's happening. This is the evidence, but they're reporting to people who are going to expose them. So expose their location, expose their names. Now their families are at risk. Now they end up being assassinated, and all of those things end up happening to them. So we protecting whistleblowers, I think it would like try and help us reduce corruption in many ways. Because yeah, you know, like sometimes if you whenever you think about whistleblowing and you wanna report something, you just think, ah man, I have to go to court and testify. Now these guys will know who I look like. They will know where I stay. They will know me. They will find me, and then I'll be killed. I'll be shot like so and so. And may the souls of those people, all those people who were like trying to bring something to light, so that we know about these things. And then they ended up getting killed. May their souls rest in peace. I don't think they deserve. Their families deserve that. They were only doing the right thing. But then, yeah, in the South Africa we live in, this is how things roll, man. This is how things roll. So, like, that would be very, very good and beneficial to everybody. And the last giant, the threat to property rights and rural development. So this is we've recently seen a video circulating of a family being kicked out and their house being demolished, and it's a sad thing, man. Like, you grow up there, you stay there, but then you don't really know, or you think your grandfather or great great grandfather owned the land, it belongs to him, and then it was passed down, but they were actually staying in someone's land, and it's usually a white person. So yeah, they're saying that they would make sure that the title deeds belong to the people who are staying in the land. And yeah, so they're saying the state land that is unoccupied would be allocated to residential and agricultural needs of the communities. So this makes sense. If the land is unoccupied, just rather allocate it for those who need the land. Not like there's too much land almost everywhere, but it's not being used accordingly. It's not being used. Again, the world is shaking now, so it's not being used properly. And if you drive, I know that there are private owners, there are trusts and whatever that are owning the land. Uh, okay, let me not dive much into this. And then rural development. So they would promote rural development by relocating industries towards rural areas, which is good because it would promote like increase employment. But some do not really work. If you check, recently I came across what's happening in what's this place? What's this company? Somewhere in the Eastern Cape where Petro SA is. So the people there are complaining or crying that they are not really benefiting from this state-owned company. It came in, it's working, but the community, nothing is happening to them. Well, what should they do? What should happen, man? Like they were promised jobs, no jobs. So yeah, if something like this happen, industries come closer to the rural areas. Is it the case of like people will be more ripped off? They will be exploited. You know, like how mines usually do things. Like they exploit people. People work like crazy shifts, man. Like they're doing manual labor. They don't get enough breaks in between, but they're still paid not enough. They can hardly afford housing. They can hardly afford cars. They can hardly feed their children. They can hardly like do things. So like this is, I feel like it's just the cycle that's gonna keep on continuing. But then yeah, we never know, man. If one day they get into power, perhaps they would bring something differently with regards to this. So when all this happens, ne, you know that it promotes like entrepreneurship around. People will be selling food, people will be selling the craft, art, and whatever. So, and the roads are supposed to improve. All type of infrastructure is supposed to improve under these circumstances. But yeah, now I've just come to the end. Of all these giants. Please let me know what you think of this. I know I added a lot of my personal touch. This is how I see it. I never changed anything. I'm not gonna lie to you. I just compressed and I summarized because there are a lot of points. If I was to go through all of them, I would basically be reading. But then I just, you understand. And the next party that we're gonna be moving to, we'll see, man. We'll see. At the moment, I'm not gonna go through a lot of unknown parties, but then I'm just gonna highlight them because, yeah, time. I don't think there's enough time before the elections. I don't even know the actual date of the elections, but I just want to quickly run through this. So if you came across my video, please be on the lookout. The aim is to upload every Tuesday night. So at 7:30 every Tuesday, that's the aim to upload the video. So follow me on Instagram, follow me on Twitter. I talk rubbish a lot. I'm part of the problem. But yeah, follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram, and yeah, as well as what's this platform? TikTok. Yeah, I'm also on TikTok. And do not forget to leave your subscription. Please be a subscriber. Subscribe to me. It's very, very free. You just enter YouTube, type Drive with Matt. Just one word, Drive with Matt, and then you'll see something written subscribe in capital letters. You just click on it and then you're done. Very, very free. You do not have to pay anything to follow me or to subscribe to my channel. I also, unfortunately I gain following. But then it's for the greater good. We're trying to reach as many people as possible, and then we do the Lord's work and give you the information that's there, but then we give it in a nicer way. So this is the first video. We're gonna improve on time with time. Give me time, and then yeah, we're gonna learn together. My name is Matt, and let's learn. Thank you very much.